What's up, everybody? It's Chef Mike Jerez with
John Baruti.
and we are the
Million Dollar Food Guys.
This is part 2 of our segment from last week. We're adding on to what we discussed about the $15 minimum an hour. We're going to talk about the people that are part of that $15 an hour program.
The employees.
The employees of what you're actually getting.
Yeah.
My issue right off the bat is I have no problem at all paying $15 an hour, $20 an hour, $18 an hour if you're worth it.
Yeah.
If you're worth that number, I have not an ounce of problem paying for that number.
Yeah. I just want to say one thing that I'm not going to speak for Mike, but for me, the majority of the people that not the majority, the people that I have working for me, the core employees, I could not do what I do without them. Period. The end. Like they're freaking awesome. I have people with me, literally 20.
No, I agree with you 1,000%. And listen, I look at everything as a bank. I'm willing to invest a dollar amount into you as long as I get a return. It's simple. The dollar amount depends on your qualification.
Right. Skill set, qualifications.
100%.
No
So if you're worth $20 an hour and I'm going to get a return on my investment, you're worth that money. If you're worth $2 an hour, $3 an hour, $4
even $9
an hour,
an hour.
let's just say that.
Yeah.
Out of just say $9 an hour. And I'm not going to get a dime out of you. No. I'm not going to get nothing. Why should I pay you $15 an hour?
Well, the reason you have to pay $15 an hour is because we live in New Jersey, and it was just made a law.
Bingo the clown.
That 20-year, you told me last time, 2024?
Correct.
2024, we have to pay a minimum wage, a living wage of $15, right?
And that's what my problem is. The governor is using it not as a minimum wage, but he's saying a living wage, yeah. Which is absolutely ridiculous.
The last
Stop
thing,
it.
Listen, our channel is not a political channel.
Correct.
It's not like we're not going to go over politics every week. It's going to be brought in because we're in business. The problem is that, and listen, I'm a Republican. I'm a registered Republican, right? I have no problem saying that. Chris Christie was an idiot. I'm sorry. I had high hopes for him. Republican. He was an idiot. I don't know what I'm not even going to go there. Murphy, I had high hope. I don't care that he's a Democrat. The guy's out of control, Mike.
I agree with you 1,000%.
He's out of control. He has no concept of reality. This was a hedge fund guy that literally has billions, with a B, billions of dollars. God bless him. Good for you, Governor Murphy. That's awesome. The problem here is he's not in reality, right? We are the small business that makes this state run. We just are. So the $15 an hour minimum is our problem here is that we would happily pay our employees $15 an hour all day long. And most of our employees, the higher end guys,
Correct.
the guys that have the skill, have the talent,
Correct.
put the time in, are $15 or plus.
Yep.
Plus, right? The problem here is we made a floor of $15 an hour. And the issue with that is going to be skill level.
It doesn't, 100%.
So I got to pay a guy that comes in and literally sweeps the floors. We're a bakery with flour everywhere. Sweeps the floors for $15 an hour. The guy that's been a baker for 10, 15, 20 years that's making $18, $20 an hour is looking over there and go, he's sweeping the floors for 15. I'm making 18. That doesn't make any sense. And this gets back to what Mike said on the last episode, the trickle-down effect.
Right? Absolutely. And you know what? It affects me tremendously because listen, I'm such old school that I was brought up in you are paid what your skill set is and what you deserve. Let's talk about the banking we're talking about. So I'm a bank. I'm going to invest in you. I want to turn in my investment. So the return is that I'm going to pay you $12 an hour. I want a return of $12 an hour worth of work
Correct.
into my establishment. Right. And I have no problem paying that. Not a one paying that. If I don't get that,
right.
You're really not worth that. Maybe you're worth 10. Well, then you're out.
Right.
Because I need that $12.
And what we had said before is that person that's looking for the experience, right? I have 3 new employees, 3 new guys. None of them bakery guys, none of them drivers. This is all new to them. And they're starting between $10 and $13 an hour, right? Now, in Bizarro world, in a couple of years, I have to start them at $15. Do I do that? Or do I not do that and I basically tell the employees that I have, you got to work harder? And that's basically who it's hurting here, Mike.
1,000%. The people who actually earn that money, who work their way up through the ranks that got that money, including myself, because I am such an old school guy that I killed myself to earn every single dollar I have ever made, to work my way up. And to just hand somebody that money that doesn't even...
It's tough to take.
...qualify. Right. It's a tough pill for me, being a veteran of 34 years in this industry, being a veteran in this industry, to swallow that pill. It's a hard pill to swallow for me. I can't swallow that pill. I can't pay somebody 15 that is worth maybe...
9 to 12.
If... That's bizarre for me to begin with, but
right.
You're worth really 5, maybe 6. In reality. And stop with this, the living wage. So stop with this nonsense. I just want to be clear on this. Stop with it.
So the employees that I have that are dear employees that have been working for me for forever, it hurts them, right? It really, really does, right? So those employees that, now I'm not going to hire that guy that I could have paid $9 or $10 or $11 an hour. I'm not going to hire him. I'm not. I'll look for him, but if he's not worth it, I'm not going to pay it. So.
Correct.
Rob and Bob and Joe and whoever works for me for all this time, they have to pick up the slack. They have to.
Yes.
Right? And so that person who is getting paid a good wage now has to be penalized because the person that should have been making a minimum wage,
and that's the key word today, minimum, not living wage,
right?
Minimum wage.
The person that starts on the bottom, that should be working their way up is starting at $15. And again, it's bizarro world, people. So our channel obviously is about the food industry,
correct?
Right? It's about, the whole point of it is helping us help you, you helping us. It's the whole point of it. Again, we don't want to make this a political thing.
No. Absolutely not.
But in the same sense, how do we avoid it? So me and Mike were running our businesses, right? And all of a sudden, all this stuff happens. And this will be in another episode. But all these things that this governor has done in the last year and a half is basically, spitting in the small business face. We're not all Pfizer. We're not GE. We're not Ford Motor Company. We are the backbone of this state. We are the 50%. We, in the state of New Jersey, small businesses employ 50% of the state. If we can't survive, if as a business person, I'm like, you know what, I work 7 days a week. I work 18-hour days. I work insane, don't call my wife, she'll go over a whole thing with you, insane hours, right? Why? Should I stay in business? Should I stay in business to employ people, and again, this is not my core employees care, but the people that you're onboarding, the $15 an hour person, I'm sorry, and we're going to talk about this in this episode, the epidemic in drugs.
100%. Massive.
It's ridiculous what we deal with, and I don't know about you, Michael, but years ago, and I don't even know if I should be saying this, but years ago, I would be, if I even sensed that you were on drugs or had drugs, I'd be like, okay, see ya. I almost, again, I shouldn't be saying this, but turn a blind eye because that's what's out there. And I'm praying to God that you are good enough to do the job because this is what we have to hire.
No,
it's the reality, right?
It is reality.
I'm not crazy.
Unfortunately, it is reality.
So now we're going to pay these people $15 an hour? And listen, I'm not aerospace. Mike's not IT. We're not hiring people from Harvard. We're not. I'm a bakery guy and Mike's a restaurant guy. This is the employee pool that we get.
I just hired a guy who literally told me he lived out of his car. He's been homeless, shaking like a leaf. His first question was, how much do I get paid and when do I get paid? When is payday? And he's shaking like a leaf because he needed to fill his fix.
Michael, would you have even thought of hiring him? Years
No,
ago?
absolutely not.
But yet you said to him, what? Go behind the dishwasher and let's see what you can do.
Absolutely. Because I don't have a choice today, because there is no qualified employees that are willing to take that job. And people say, oh, there's no jobs. Listen, we've always had jobs available, but who wants to work these jobs?
How do you say there's no jobs? If you out there, you drive by anything, there's help wanted. There's help
Everywhere.
wanted on the back of trucks.
Everywhere.
Help wanted. Why? It's not because there's not people. It's not because there's not people.
No, I'll tell you the reason why. It's because people are picking and choosing the jobs.
The
that
good
they want.
people.
Correct.
The good people.
But they want the job to start at $100,000 a week. They don't want to do anything. They want to. That's the millennium mentality. That let me get $100,000 a week and not do nothing.
Right.
That's the job.
Well, that goes back to work ethic.
Not
right?
make $10 an hour and work really hard to learn my. Even if you're passing through, let's just say you're going to be something else.
Right, because the restaurant, more than the bakery business, the restaurant business.
But
is
how about
transit,
work
right?
hard? How about just put in the hours
Yes.
and work hard and shut your mouth?
That's gone.
Not believe that I should be deserving of $18, $19 because I have bills. What bills do you have? You live at home? I got to pay my cell phone bill. I got to put new rims on my 1993 Toyota Civic or my Honda Civic. I got to put.
That's going to show up in the feed.
I got to put $1,000 rims on my Honda Civic to make it fast and furious.
There's going to be one of those right there.
And
Back
I
to the
have
X19.
Sorry,
Tangent.
but sorry. It's stupid, dude.
Yeah,
it's stupid.
Yeah.
I got a cell phone. I got this. I got that. I got bills. You don't.
So
have
we don't
bills.
want to
You live at home.
Listen,
Stop
we don't
it.
want to.
Stop
We are
it.
not. We are obviously pro employees because without them, I mean, Brian was just here, right?
Absolutely.
One of your core guys.
Absolutely.
I have a lot of.
Let me tell you about Brian. He started with me 18 years ago. He started as a dishwasher. Okay.
He's a good
Worked
kid.
his way up to prep. Was a runner, run food up and
It's an
down,
animal.
whatever he
The
did.
kid's an animal.
Then he did prep. Then he did the line. Then he
Yep.
worked his way up to busser.
Right.
Then he worked his way up to waiter. Then he worked up to bartender.
Yep.
Then he worked as assistant manager. Now he's the GM of my restaurant.
That's right.
18 years later, the kid put his head down and
right.
busted his ass.
Yep.
And you know what? He makes a very, very nice salary. He has a beautiful wife
But
and
how
a
do you
brand
look
new
at
baby
him?
and a brand new house because
Of the hard work.
of the hard work, and I make sure that he is taken care of every single week, and that he's taken care
But
of.
again, he looks at you, right? Because no matter what, he's not the owner. He's an employee.
Correct.
So he looks at Michael and goes, "Listen, I understand that business is okay, and you're not making so much profit, but Mike, I can't sit back and make what I'm making if you're paying the dishwasher $15 an hour."
100%.
So he looks at you and goes, "Okay, I'm making okay living. I have a family. I can support everybody. I need more." Here's the thing, and this
And he is worth every penny.
every penny,
Every penny.
And I bet
Beyond.
if and again this goes back to everybody listen, we call ourselves the $1 million food guys. We do. That isn't because we wish we were making millions of dollars profit a year,
Bless.
but we don't. Right? We do millions of dollars of business.
Correct.
We don't make millions of dollars of profit.
Correct.
If our state, right, because we live in New Jersey, if it was more friendly, and I follow a lot, I listen to YouTube, I follow a lot of guys. People have moved to Texas, to Florida, to North Carolina, to Tennessee for the reason that they make more profit. And here's the thing, their people that they employ make more money. Because they can give them more.
Yes.
I don't even have to question you. I know if you made more profit, Brian would make more.
Absolutely.
No doubt.
100%.
Just like me. I have a key guy,
100%.
Rob, love him. Just like Michael, he's worked for 20 plus years he's worked for me. From a driver, he basically runs the company now. I can only pay him what I can pay him. I can't make any money. I would literally love to pay him twice what he gets paid. I cannot.
I agree with you.
I cannot. And it's not like, because listen, I don't live an extravagant life. I have nice things, but it's not like I have Lamborghinis and all the money showering over me. I live
That'd
an
be
okay
fun.
life.
Lamborghini
That would
would
be
be
fun.
fun.
Yeah.
Because you're
But
a
Ferrari,
Lamborghini.
my father would freak out if I bought a Lamborghini, not a Ferrari, even though he's gone for.
Bright yellow.
What, Lamborghini?
Yeah.
Or Ferrari?
Ferrari has to be bright yellow.
That's going to be in the feed. Sorry about
Bright
that.
yellow.
we get on these car things.
I want the Lamborghini though.
Yeah, I have to have a Ferrari.
Mine has to be jet
See,
black
we
with
dream, but the reality is bringing it back, right? And we're gonna cut this short because our episodes keep going too long. We're gonna bring this back. We believe, both of us, I believe, Michael talked for himself. We believe that people should have more. They need more. If the business that is paying them doesn't have more to give, there is no more. Like, you can't get blood from a stone. You
Absolutely.
can't.
100%.
Period. The end. You can't get blood
Correct.
from the stone. And I'm not looking to beat up Governor Murphy. I don't know what agenda this guy is on. I don't know where he comes from. I don't know him personally. But he needs to realize that the small business is what's paying the guy he's shaking the hand of that's saying, I need more, I want more. Yeah, we want more. We want Ferraris and Lamborghinis.
I would love one.
Right? But that's not reality. So the guy you're shaking the hand of that says, Governor Murphy, I should have so much more. Yeah, he should. But the guy that's paying him can't give him any more. It's just, again, I've said it once, I've said it a million times. It's simple economics.
Yep.
Period. The end.
And that wraps up this version of
The $1 Million Food Guys. We'll see you on the next one.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're rolling.
Yeah, buddy. We are rolling.
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You want to suck the light off?
Yeah, because I'm drunk.
Yeah, buddy. Don't give John the
scooting.
hang-
Right?
What?
You got to scoot towards me.
I got to scoot towards
Yeah,
you?
it's a little weird.
All right. Or we can move this over. Is that cool?
We've got the same shirts.
You ready?
Too, yeah.
Well, that's pretty sexy. I'll start it off.